What's up everybody, my name is Kubits and I'm bringing you a mod spotlight for Relationship Dialogue Overhaul for Skyrim. This mod is super expansive and quite game-changing, so I might not be able to cover every single feature, but hopefully I'll be able to give you a good idea of what this mod has to offer. The biggest feature in this mod is that it makes NPCs more dynamic and, in addition, adds a ton of new dialogue that you probably haven't even heard before. Now when I say it makes NPCs' dialogue more dynamic, I mean townspeople, I mean followers, I mean spouses. This doesn't actually apply to forsworn and bandits because their dialogue, well, it's pretty straightforward.
I fought worse than you.
But when it comes to NPCs like Nazim or Lydia or whomever, depending on your relationship with them, they could act completely differently. So if you're on the good side of an NPC, they'll be talking very pleasantly towards you.
Divine smile on you, friend.
And if you get on the bad side of an NPC, for instance, even if they're a vendor, they're gonna shout really mean things at you, and in addition to that, they might not even let you shop at their store.
You're nothing but trouble.
Now the way that this mod achieves this is basically that, as you know, there are only so many voice actors that were used in the creation of Skyrim, so there are a lot of voice actors and specific voices that are used for a bunch of different characters. And so that means that there are a lot more lines to pull from. And in addition to that, according to the mod author, there are tons of lines of dialogue that have never even seen the light of day. So even though they were voiced, they were never actually added to the game.
No elven spices, just some salt to preserve it. You're not afraid of salt, are you?
I'm not afraid of anything. I simply prefer quality merchandise. No, this meat won't do it all. Too much fat.
So what this means is that your followers, or just townspeople in general, will have a lot more dynamic things to say and won't repeat themselves over and over and over again. The mod author says there's 5,000 lines of completely voiced dialogue spanning more than 50 voice types, so it's basically every NPC unless they have a very unique voice. So all of the quote-unquote non-unique voice types. And even some NPCs like Serena. Or what? I mean, you guys get on my butt all the time about pronouncing stuff. It doesn't really, whatever. Boys, the vampire lady, okay? Now, something that's actually quite cool about this mod is that there's so much customization that you can have. It has a really extensive MCN menu. You can manually change the relationship that you have with any NPC as long as your crosshair is directed on them. You can do really tiny things, such as getting rid of the "I'm sworn to carry your burdens" line of dialogue. In fact, it just makes your housecarls a lot nicer to you in general.
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
That's a feature that you may or may not want in your game, so you can change that, obviously. There's a lot of different things that you can tweak, so you have a lot of options when it comes to customizing how you want the world to behave towards you. Using this mod makes me appreciate Skyrim in a little bit of a different way. It gives me a more fresh take on the whole place. Even though it doesn't ultimately change the problems that exist within Skyrim's story and characters, it does at least give you the illusion of thinking that the world is more dynamic than it really is. NPCs feel a little bit less like cardboard cutouts, and you don't have to hear Nazim say the same shit over and over and over and over again, although that is an option if you want it to be. And of course, this mod is compatible with most of the big follower overhaul mods, so you don't need to worry about that. Keep in mind that a lot of the features that I mentioned in this mod spotlight can be tweaked in the MCN menu, so if one of these things that I said turns you off, then you can probably change that. You can definitely tell that the mod author put quite a lot of time into this mod, so remember guys, if you enjoy the mod, then you should totally endorse it. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like on top of it. And if you want to see more Skyrim mod spotlights in general, then you can click the subscribe button and you will see more in your sub box in days to come. If you're interested in watching another video, I did one on common clothes, which basically adds a lot more diversity to the clothing in Skyrim. This includes not only your clothing, but also the clothing of NPCs. And I also did a mod spotlight on Wildcat, which is basically a combat overhaul similar to Ultimate Combat or Duel, except it's very much script light. So if you're interested in giving that a try, definitely do it. It's by the guy who made Ordinator, so if you like those kinds of mods, then you'll probably like Wildcat. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as I leave you, I'm going to allow you to listen to Nazim's sweet, sweet voice to just end this video out. So thank you again.
Hello, friend.